Swami-G, maybe you could talk about all this energy that's taking place in the form when Kundalini is awake. Sometimes it's really strong and there's expansion also. And I feel like being on a boat rocking. What is going on and what is the purpose? Again. Yeah, when Kundalini awakens, you'll feel it in the body. And you'll notice when you're sitting, all of a sudden the body will start going because the energy goes. It circles one way, then it may stop, it'll circle the other way, it'll stop, and then it'll be like a pulsing that'll go up. Okay? And you can be in different areas, different places, and it will affect the energy differently. Like in the tantric temples in India, there would be one temple I would go in and it would circle one way. There'd be another temple I'd go in and it'd circle the other way. Another temple I'd go in and it'd just be pulsing, just vibrating, just straight up. Okay? That's all. Some music will come on, certain types of music, and the body will just start going. It's really amusing. Especially if you're going to a place and they're having Mid-Eastern music and you're going there to have some food and they have the belly dance or whatever and the music starts going and the body just starts. But it happens. It happens. Kundalini really likes some types of music. And when Kundalini decides it's going to dance, guess what? Your body's going with it. So just relax into it. Part of the journey. Okay, free ride. Okay. Why is there sometimes such intense feelings of sexual ecstasy when Kundalini is working? Well, it means that your consciousness is still in the lower part, so that, you know, still accessing all that sexual drama and all of that nonsense, okay? As you get out of that, it's going to shift. That's not going to continue to be the case. But a lot of people have a lot of sexual issues, you know, and they're wrapped up in all this ideas of love and that sex has to be part of this and it's, you know, so they're mixing up all these urges. And so that's one of the first things that one starts to deal with, okay? So yeah, in the beginning there can be a lot of sexual things that happen and all this sexual energy is coming up. Doesn't mean you have to buy into it and you have to chase after it, okay? One just sees just how absolutely it has driven somebody's life for so much time. See it for what it is, that it's a very strong energy and a very strong force, okay? But the thing is not to sit there and focus on it and keep feeding that energy. This is why we want you to keep in the heart and why I'm giving you other books to read, like Loving Kindness, which has nothing to do with sex, okay? In fact, the further you go with the love aspect, the less sex is involved in it. That falls away. Just like in most marriages, the further they go, the other things become more important. We're into the beginning of it, that's the big main thing, you know, sex, wow, whew, you know, this is wonderful. Whoa, look at that guy, whew. And they're off on another, you know, run. Okay, so this is those basic primal urges and instincts and things that come out. But as one goes, as I say, you know, these things fade away and one goes into the next layer of consciousness and the next layer of consciousness and the next layer of conditioned mind. Okay? But that's one of the first ones that hits. When it first opens, and then you can really be off on a tangent, you know, and think, oh, sex is the answer and I can channel this and, you know. Yeah, don't get there because you just become more body consciousness, okay? More body conscious, and that just solidifies ego more. So we don't want to go into more of that type of a thing. We don't want to chase that. Okay. How much time do I have?
We're up to 5 minutes.
Okay. I've read spiritual sexual books on Tantra and the Kama Sutra for sexual partners using Tantra positions and meditations to channel sexual energy and ecstasy for spiritual purposes and enlightenment. Okay. Is this what is happening with Kundalini? How is this dealt with on this path? Well, I talked about this before. People have taken the tantric things out of context and made it all about sex. Okay? And I'm going to take my very special partner and we're going to have this bliss. And it's going to be wonderful and we're going to go to enlightenment together. Well, the furthest they'll go is oneness. Okay? They might get to oneness doing this. And they might feel some bliss and they might feel some great feelings. Okay. But they're not going to get to realization. And the reason they did these sexual things and this type of tantra in the beginning, people aren't understanding this. They're missing the whole aspect of why it was done. It had the high-class Brahmins, and their sexual partner was not their wife, not this woman they were lusting after. It was an untouchable. Okay, and if you know anything about the caste system at all, the untouchables, they couldn't even have their shadow fall upon the shadow of the Brahmin, or else they would be polluted. Okay, so what this was doing was facing that conditioned mind. Okay, they are having sex with the partner that is untouchable, polluting them. Understand? It wasn't about a big sexual thrill. It was about breaking through the conditioned mind. Okay? And now they've taken it and just gone off on this big thing with it, you know. And all it does is makes them more body conscious. It's not breaking through anything. It's not challenging any belief system. And some people really misuse this. Well, my partner's not into it, so I can find another partner and we can have sex and we're spiritual. And this is okay. I don't have to have integrity in my relationship because I'm following my spiritual path, and it's okay. Because I'm doing it to progress spiritually. What a bunch of nonsense. What an absolute bunch of nonsense. And the real Tantra is going beyond the body and the mind. That's Tantra. Using everything in life to move forward is part of Tantra. People don't understand Tantra. It's not about sex. But people have caught these books and they make it all about sex.